All right. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, the trees are peeing on us. So it's day 46, and we're leaving. What is this place?
Caledonia Park.
Caledonia Park, and we're going to be heading to a combination of Forest Road / Dead Woman's Road, which is the weirdest name for a road I've ever heard. So it's going to be a little over 12 miles, and hopefully not a hard day. The weather's awesome, so it should be good. All right, as mentioned, it's day 46. We're leaving Caledonia State Park.
And we're going on the most difficult trip.
Oh yeah, it's like a triple black diamond for you skiers. So yeah, looks like a standard stairway up, and that's what we'll be doing. So day 46 starts off with a pretty healthy climb, levels out a little bit here where I can video. I don't normally video if it's a steep climb because I'm using my bowls to help me. And yeah, what's interesting is that there's on the Durston Gear Facebook page, a number of conversations about the use of straps on poles. Durston just came out with their new poles without straps. Now, apparently after all the feedback, Durston's going to come out with poles with straps in the next year. But kind of surprising how a lot of people are vehemently like, you have to use straps. And yeah, so I've got 700 miles on these black diamonds, and I pretty much never use straps. I've tried using them. It's not like I have never tried that, and I just don't feel like I'm gaining any advantage to doing that for me. But if you use the straps and you push down on the straps instead of the pole handles, cool. I mean, that's fine. Me, I just push on the pole handles and hold them. And somebody said, well, you know, in reference to somebody else saying, you got to be gripping them with this super grip that's going to be, your hands will be so tight. It's like, no, I'm old, scrawny, I have arthritis in my left hand, hard to grip anything, and yet it doesn't bother me a bit. I'm not gripping them that hard. So yeah, it's an interesting discussion. The net result of the discussion for me is hike your own hike. Use straps if you want to. Don't use them if you don't. All right, we're at Quarry Gap Shelter. Probably the coolest shelter on the entire AT. So they got wooden tent platforms, and I mean, just a lot of little details. So check out the food box coming in, and then benches, potted plants. Covered picnic table. Hiker resting. This is awesome. All right, we've heard about this privy at this shelter as being different. Well,
Please pee in the woods.
please pee in the woods. All right.
Okay.
That's a pretty long 2-log bridge. Cool, didn't die. I don't know if the camera captures this, but we're just going way up. Passing some power lines in a clearing. There's a blaze on a rock. Definitely like a crisscrossing of roads here. Some better than others. So it's pretty easy to get support. We've elected to not do these little roads, or relatively little roads like the dirt roads, like Ridge Road. The next big road crossing is, I think, something called Schillingburg or something like that. And then we may or may not see the van there. And then a little bit farther on is Dead Woman's Hollow Road. Wonder how that got that name. That's cool. Cool cabin. Milesburn Cabin. My favorite walking surface. Bed of pine needles. Soft on the feet. We're here at Birch Run Shelter. Real nice looking privy up the hill. Clothesline. Oh yeah, bunks. Cool. It's a good looking shelter, clean. All right, Shippensburg Road. Large parking area. All right, we're at the final mile. Still on pine needles. But what I'm learning is that my feet are killing me, the bottoms. And we haven't been on that many rocks or roots, so assumed previously that was the main reason, and now I'm thinking it's not, it's just from walking. So I don't know what we do about that. I have to figure out, maybe I'll try out the Hoka Speed Goats and see if that makes my feet feel better, because every step is painful. I mean, I can do it, just ignore it, but it sucks. So the two major sources of physical discomfort now are my feet, which I think I can ignore, and just hope I can figure out maybe a better system or shoes or something. The other one is the mid back pain, which originally I thought could have been angina, because that's kind of the same kind of angina I had when I had my heart issues. But I'm pretty sure now it's not that. For a few days or maybe a couple of weeks, I was not sure. But it's a back issue, and it seems to be getting worse. I think it might be related to my scoliosis. So the longer I hike carrying any kind of weight on my shoulders, the more it hurts. And I'm trying different things to compensate for that. And so it's a work in progress right now. Just kind of an update. It's painful. I took some painkillers. Yeah, it's funny because, not funny like haha funny, but funny, interesting that the things I worried about, ankles and knees and that kind of stuff, are fine. It's my back. I have no reason to believe it be an issue. Has become one. Well, the question is if it's getting worse, how much worse will it get? And can I ignore it for over 1,800 more miles? I don't know. Stay tuned. So, in regards to the foot pain, I was just trying to figure out, is that just normal, that 12 to 15 miles of hiking on any surface, your bottom of your feet gonna hurt? And everyone else is going like, duh, of course they do. I don't know. Let me know. Not something will take me off trail. Just kind of curious. All right, we're less than a half mile away from our final destination. We could go a little further, but not if we're slack packing. We would have to actually take our full packs. And that was the original plan on my spreadsheet. And yeah, so speaking of spreadsheet, people have asked, well, you planned out this whole thing. Where are you now in relation to what you planned? And so one thing we didn't plan was zeros, because you can't really plan when you're going to take zeros. We did assume that we would take a zero either every week or every 10 days, something like that. We may have taken a couple more than that at this point, but other than that, we are on track with our spreadsheet. We're within a couple miles of where we're supposed to be on this day. I'm sure at some point it'll deviate more. And for those following, you know that when we were down south, we did move some things around and skipped a section and went back and redid it. So, yeah. But I feel pretty good about the planning and how it's gone. So, yeah. So, again, who are you?
Mountain Thru is my trail name.
All right, Mountain Thru. And where are you from?
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
All right, so you're not too far from home right now.
Not too far, right?
Okay, so you have 3 tags on you.
Yeah.
What years were those?
The top one is last year, 23. The pink one is 2022. And this light, darker purple is 2021.
Okay, and so are you thinking of maybe doing another through hike this year?
I was planning on it, but I just recently got a job offer that I'm considering taking, even though I'm retired. It was very tempting, so I have to go back to Philadelphia to take a physical to see if I qualify for this particular job, and I may well take it. I haven't decided yet.
But if you weren't taking it, you'd be doing another through hike.
Yeah, I had planned to do a flip-flop through hike this year. I started actually in February. I did most of Pennsylvania in February.
Okay.
Very cold. And I was planning to get out earlier this month, but I had some complications with a dentist, I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
And it took me about 2 weeks to recover from that, so here I am. And I've only been out 4 days so far going south from Carlisle.
Okay.
About 35 or 40 miles.
Where are you going right now?
I only have about 2 weeks to go, and I'm probably going to go to Front Royal, Virginia.
Okay.
Which is another 100 miles or so from here.
Awesome.
I'm not sure exactly. I haven't really looked at
So let me ask you, you've done 3 and possibly may do 4 ATs. Have you any interest in doing like the PCT?
Yes, but it's complicated.
Okay.
The PCT to me is requires a lot more planning because resupplies are much more difficult.
Right.
Also, you have to get a permit that's acceptable, or get various permits if you don't get the through hiker permit.
Right.
I've looked into it. I haven't done it yet. I probably will do sections of the PCT in the next few years.
Okay.
I'm not sure I'll ever do a through, and if I did, I'd probably try to do a southbound, although I'd have to research that a little bit more.
I've long wondered why almost everybody does an oboe on the PCT.
And my understanding is you have to have a certain pace if you're going sobo. That might be more than I can do.
What about a flip-flop?
I'm not sure how that would work, but it's possible.
I've thought about planning and thinking about that.
Yeah, I just and I'm not a real fan of desert hiking. I've not done a lot of it, truthfully.
Right.
So if I didn't have to do the Sonora or whatever, it's not the Sonora, whatever the lower desert is in the Southern California, if I could pass on that, I'd probably be pretty happy. So I might just do sections.
Okay.
Do the Sierras, do the Cascades.
Well, I appreciate you talking to me.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Chase.
Okay.